1. Introduction. My name is Charlie. I am a woman. I am 37 years old. I have blonde hair and blue eyes. Some people say I am pretty. I work as a professor. I teach economics at a big college. I like my job very much. My students are young. They have a lot of energy. My life is usually very quiet. I go to work every day. After work, I come home. I read books. I have some friends, but I am not dating anyone. I am single. Sometimes I feel a little lonely in my quiet life. This semester, a new student came into my economics class. His name is Mike. He is very young. He is only 19 years old. He has dark hair and a nice smile. He always sits in a chair near the front of the room. Mike is a clever student. He understands economics well. He asks good questions about the lessons. But sometimes I see him looking at me. He looks at me when I am teaching. He looks at me when I am writing on the board. It is a different way of looking. It is not like how the other students look at me. It is a look I notice. 2. After class talks. After class finished, Mike often stayed. Other students left quickly, but Mike waited. He always had something to say to me. It was usually about the lesson, but sometimes it was more. He would look at me and smile. "Professor Charlie," he said one afternoon, "your lecture today was really interesting. You explain things very well." His eyes looked friendly when he said this. Another time he said, "You look very nice today, Professor. I like that color on you." He said it quietly, and I felt my face get warm. I was surprised by his words. He was my student. He was only 19 years old. My mind started to think. "Charlie, be careful," I told myself. "This is not right." He was too young for me. And I was his professor. There was a rule about this. It was wrong to have these kinds of talks. When he tried to talk about things that were not economics, I tried to stop him. "Mike," I would say, making my voice sound strong, "do you have a question about the lesson? We should talk about economics." I wanted to be professional. I needed to set a clear line. I told him, "My personal life is my own, Mike, and yours is yours." I tried to show him that our talks must only be about college and lessons. I tried to push away the strange feeling his words gave me, but it was difficult. A small part of me felt a little bit happy when he said nice things. It had been a long time since someone paid me this kind of attention. It felt nice to be noticed, but I knew it was a bad idea. I knew I had to be strong. I had to be careful. He was my student, and that was the most important thing. I tried hard to remember this every time he stayed after class. 3. A holiday away. I tried very hard to be a good professor. When Mike talked to me, I only talked about economics. I said things like, "Do you have a question about the lesson, Mike?" I did not want to talk about other things. He was my student, and I was his teacher. This was very important. I knew it was wrong to think about him in a different way. I told myself this many times. Charlie, be careful, I thought. He is much too young for you. This is not right. I tried to keep a professional distance between us. I did not want any problems at work. My job as a professor was very important to me. It was my life. But Mike continued to look at me in a special way. He continued to smile at me after class. He sometimes said nice things, but I tried not to listen to them. It was difficult to ignore him completely. A small part of me, deep inside, felt a little happy when he paid attention to me like that. It had been a very long time since someone looked at me with such interest. It felt nice to feel noticed again, but I knew it was not right for a teacher and a student. I pushed the feeling away. I focused on my teaching and my research. The weeks went by quickly. The end of the semester was coming soon. I felt very, very tired. Teaching is hard work, and this semester felt harder than usual. I needed a break from everything. I needed to get away from college, from the city, from the difficult feelings I had sometimes. I wanted to forget about work for a while. I wanted to rest and relax. I looked online for a holiday. I found a beautiful island. It was very far away from my home. It looked like a place with lots of sun and quiet beaches. It seemed perfect for a tired person like me. I decided to book a trip there. I thought, I will go to this island. I will sit on the beach under the sun. I will read books and listen to the sea. I will swim in the warm water. I will not think about work. I will not think about college. I will not think about students. I will not think about Mike. I packed my bags slowly. I felt ready for the holiday. I needed the sun and the peace very much. I hoped the trip would help me forget about everything difficult and just feel calm. I just needed a simple holiday away from my normal life. I looked forward to leaving the city and flying to the warm, sunny island. It felt like a good plan. A plan to rest, to forget, and to find some peace. For we meet again. I was on a beautiful island for my holiday. I needed to rest. I was sitting at a bar on the beach. The evening was warm and nice. I had a cool drink in my hand. The sound of the sea was quiet. There was soft music. I felt very relaxed and far away from my normal life at college. Suddenly, I heard a voice. It called my name. Charlie, Professor Charlie. I turned around quickly. My eyes went wide with surprise. Standing there was Mike, my student from college. He was with some friends. I could not believe it. Mike was here on this small island at the same time as me. It seemed impossible. Mike walked towards me. He had that smile he used in class. "Hello, Professor Charlie," he said. "This is amazing. What are you doing here?" I said, "Hello, Mike. I am on holiday." He stopped near my table. His friends were watching. "Wow," he said again. "Meeting you here, it's a crazy surprise." "Yes," I agreed. "A very big surprise." Then he asked, "Professor, I mean, Charlie, please, can I buy you a drink?" I thought about it for a moment. We were not at college now. We were on holiday far away. "Okay, Mike," I said. "Thank you, just one drink." Mike went to the bar. He came back with a drink and sat with me. His friends went to sit somewhere else. We started talking. We had one drink. Then we had a second drink, then a third. We did not talk about economics, my job, or college rules. We talked about our lives. We talked about our dreams and our favorite things. Mike told me funny stories and made me laugh a lot. I felt like a different person. I felt young and light. I was not Professor Charlie. I was just Charlie. Mike looked at me a lot. His eyes were warm. I felt happy. Later, the bar closed for the night. We decided to walk on the sand next to the water. The sky was dark blue. The moon was large and silver. Mike took my hand as we walked. His hand felt warm and strong. My heart started beating very, very fast in my chest. We stopped walking. He turned to face me. "Charlie," he said softly, "you are so different here, away from college, more relaxed, and you are very beautiful." I felt shy, but also very happy to hear his words. He leaned closer to me slowly. Then he kissed me. My mind told me, "No, this is wrong. He is your student." But my body did not listen. I kissed him back. The kiss was long and exciting. It felt like everything else in the world stopped. After that, we walked from the beach to the hotel where Mike was staying. We went to his room. We spent the night together there. We talked more. We kissed more. It was a night I will not forget. It felt very new. It felt very exciting. But deep inside, I knew it also felt a little bit wrong. He was 19. I was 37. He was my student. But on that island, for one night, we were just Charlie and Mike. 1 night on the island. 1 drink became 2 drinks. Then it was 3 drinks. We sat at the beach bar. The music played softly. We did not talk about economics or college work. We talked about many other things. We talked about our lives. Mike told me about his family and his dreams. I told him a little about my quiet life. We talked about films we liked and music we listened to. Mike's friends were with us sometimes. They were loud and young, but mostly it was just Mike and me talking. He was easy to talk to. He made me laugh many times. I felt happy and light. I felt like I was young again, like I was 20 years old, not 37. I forgot I was Professor Charlie. I was just Charlie, a woman on holiday. Mike was not my student here. He was just Mike, a charming young man. It felt good to be just Charlie with just Mike. The bar started to close. People began to leave. Mike and I walked from the bar onto the beach. The sand was soft under our feet. The sky was dark, but the moon was big and bright. Its light made the sea silver. We walked slowly near the water. The air was warm and soft. It was a beautiful night. Mike stopped walking. He turned to look at me. He smiled his nice smile. "You are very different here, Charlie," he said. Not like in class, more relaxed. I like this Charlie. He took my hand. His hand felt warm and strong around mine. My heart started to beat very fast, like a little bird inside my chest. I did not take my hand away. He looked into my eyes for a long moment. Then he said, his voice quiet, "You are very beautiful, Charlie." I felt my face feel warm. I felt confused. I felt happy. I felt a little scared too. This was happening. This was real. Mike leaned closer to me. He kissed me. It was a soft kiss at first on my lips. Then it became a longer kiss. My mind told me, "No, Charlie, stop. This is wrong. He is your student." But my body felt warm. My heart felt full. It said, yes. My body and my heart wanted this. We kissed more on the beach under the moon. It felt exciting and a little bit wild. After some time, Mike asked if I wanted to come back to his hotel room. I said yes. We walked from the beach to his hotel. His room was small. It looked like a young man's room, a little bit messy. We went inside. We talked more. We kissed more. We spent the night together in his room. It was a night I will not forget. It felt very new and very exciting. It felt like I was doing something I should not do. It felt a little bit wrong. But in that moment, it felt right. 6, back home and the cold truth. The next morning, the sun was bright. I woke up in Mike's room. My head felt heavy. First, I felt a strong wave of guilt. What did I do? He was my student. This was wrong. But then I also felt a strange happiness. The night before felt good. I liked being with him. I felt alive. Mike woke up. He smiled at me. "Good morning, Charlie," he said. He seemed happy too. We had breakfast. It was a little quiet at first. I knew I had to say something. "Mike," I said carefully, "last night. Back at college, it can't happen again." I felt nervous. He looked at me. "I know," he said, "but I like you, Charlie, a lot. Can we maybe see each other sometimes, quietly, in secret?" He looked serious. A part of me wanted to say yes. My heart felt warm when he said he liked me. Maybe we could be very careful. Maybe it could work. "Maybe," I whispered, "we would have to be very, very careful." The holiday ended too quickly. We were back in the city, back at college. Everything felt different. In class, Mike did not look at me. He looked down at his book the whole time. He did not smile. He did not try to catch my eye. After class, he did not wait for me. He quickly left the room with his friends. He seemed like a different person. He was the student again, and I was the professor. But he was cold. I felt confused and hurt. Why was he acting like this? I sent him a text message. "Hi, Mike. Are you okay? Can we talk?" He did not write back. Days passed. He continued to ignore me. I felt a knot in my stomach. What was happening? One afternoon, I was walking near the student cafe. I heard loud voices and laughter. I heard Mike's voice. He was with his friends. I stopped for a moment. I heard one of his friends say, "So, Mike, did you really do it? With Professor Pretty Eyes on the island?" Mike laughed. It was a loud, proud laugh. "Yeah, man, easy. Won the bet, £100. She was all over me after a few drinks on the island. Told you I could get her. Pay up." My body went cold. My blood felt like ice. A bet, a dare, £100, all of it. The looks, the words, the night on the island. It was all a game to him, a cruel game to win money and look good to his friends. My heart felt like it broke into many pieces. I felt sick. Stupid. So stupid. And used. He used me. 7, my life falls apart. Hearing those words, my body felt like ice. It was all a game, a cruel game, a bet for a small amount of money. I felt a terrible sickness deep inside me. My head was spinning. I felt so incredibly stupid. How could I have been so blind? How could I trust him? I wanted the ground to open and swallow me whole. I wanted to run away and never stop. Life at the college changed immediately. The friendly faces were gone. Whispers followed me down every hallway. Students who used to smile now looked away quickly when our eyes met. Some looked with curiosity, others with something like judgment. The atmosphere felt thick with unspoken words and secrets. My colleagues, the people I had worked with for years, kept their distance. Their smiles were small and cold, or they did not smile at all. I ate lunch alone. I walked to my office alone. Every day felt heavy. Every class felt difficult. I felt like everyone was watching me, waiting for something. I felt exposed and ashamed. It was like living under a dark cloud. Then the call came. The dean wanted to see me in his office. Dean Thompson was a man who valued rules and order above all else. Sitting in front of him felt like being judged by the college itself. His face was serious, showing no warmth. "Professor Charlie," he began, his voice low and formal, "we have received very concerning information regarding you and Mr. Mike Tanner, one of our students." I tried to speak. I wanted to tell him the truth, that it was a mistake, yes, but that I was tricked. That Mike planned it, that it was a bet, that it happened far away from the college, but my voice was weak. My hands were shaking. My explanations sounded like excuses, even to my own ears. He listened, but his expression did not soften. He spoke about the high standards of the college. He spoke about the necessary distance between teachers and students. He said my actions were not professional. It did not matter that Mike was the one who started it, or that he was young. I was the adult. I was the professor. It was my responsibility. The outcome was clear. My position at the college was no longer possible. A few days later, I received the formal letter. My employment was ended, just like that. Years of hard work, my career, my future, all gone. My name, my reputation, was ruined within the college community and beyond. The story, or their version of it, was everywhere. I was the professor who had an inappropriate relationship with a student, a scandal. My life, the steady, predictable life I had built, felt like it was completely broken. There was nothing left for me in this place. I felt empty and lost. 8. A new start. My sadness turned into cold anger. It was deep inside me. Mike ruined my life. He did it for a bet, for money, for a laugh with his friends. He took everything from me. I decided he should not get away with it. He needed to feel bad too. I knew his father was a very rich and important man. He cared a lot about his family name. This was Mike's weak spot. I wrote a letter. I did not write my name on it. I sent the letter to his father's office. In the letter, I told the father everything. I wrote about Mike's disgusting dare with his friends. I wrote how Mike used me on the island just to win 100 pounds. I explained how he boasted about it later. I showed the father the truth about his son, Mike. I heard later, not directly, but from someone I knew, that Mike was in big trouble. His father was very, very angry. Mike was probably pulled out of college. He was not popular anymore. People knew about the bet and what he did. He felt shame and humiliation. This gave me a little feeling of justice. But I could not stay in that city. Too many bad memories were there. Too many people looked at me strangely. My old life was broken. I packed my few things. I moved very far away. I went to a small town. It was by the sea. It was a quiet place. The air was clean and fresh. I found a small flat near the water. I found a simple job in a local bookshop. It was calm work. People here were friendly, but they did not ask about my past. Slowly, day by day, the pain inside me went away. The cold anger went away too. I walked on the beach every morning. I listened to the sea. I read many books. I started to smile again, a real smile. I was just Charlie here, not the professor who lost her job. I found peace in this quiet place. I found my own happiness again. I was okay. I was strong. I had a new start. My life was simple now, but it was good. I was happy.